Hi everyone, it's Leo here. And after posting my video about investing in few stocks to build your wealth over time, which by the way you should go check out and smash that like button, a few things came to my attention. The first thing is that people don't actually know how to invest their money so that they can buy more mocha frappuccinos, or the different risks that come along with it. That's absolutely terrible, but the worst news is that you'll never learn this in school. They'd rather teach you things that you'll use, every day in the real world, like linear algebra. And your parents, of course, are too busy trying to make you do that homework for linear algebra than actually making you a financially independent human being. But parenting is for another video. There's many different strategies that you can use, and I'll cover the best ones in this video. And don't forget, guys, if you like this video, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to check out any future videos that I'll make. So I'm going to start here. How do you invest your money to get an 8% return on your investment? And since you all love step-by-step guides, I'll try to be as specific as possible and give you detailed examples, starting with the least risk, lowest return investment, all the way to the highest risk, highest return investment that you can make. So enjoy. So one of the most basic places you can store your money is a high yield savings account. By the way, yield or dividend stands for the return you get after 1 year of investment. So if you invest $100, after a year, you'll get a return of $2 if there's a 2% return. Now, okay, that doesn't sound like a lot, but compounding can be very powerful over time, and we'll actually get back to that in a minute. A high yield savings account is basically just a savings account that pays 25 times the national average. And since more and more banks are crowding in this space, that's great news for people who want to make more money and invest. The best bank to do this with is Ally Bank. They offer about a 2% return on investment, and they can insure up to $250,000 for a single person or $500,000 for a married couple. It's insanely easy to use. All you have to do is go to ally.com, open up a savings account, and deposit your money. And that's it. You're done. And did I mention it's completely free with no monthly fees? Now that's pretty great because I like free things, and I'm pretty sure you like that too. You can also use a few other high yield savings accounts like Barclays or American Express, who also offer about a 2% return. You should put money into a high yield savings account that you'll need in the near future, at least the next 5 years. Like if you're saving for the down payment of a house, it would be best to not invest in the stock market very soon because those returns can be very volatile in the stock market due to some political events. It's just too risky for the short term. Political events can create giant instability and volatility in the stock market in the short term. For instance, the stock market has been up and down about 10% this past week, creating the biggest single-day jump since 1933 just because Donald Trump sent out one tweet about giving the US economy $2 trillion. So instead of dealing with all of that, don't lose money and invest in a high yield savings account. Now, step 2, in terms of what to actually invest in, my biggest recommendation for most people is to invest in an index fund. Now, an index fund is basically like taking a slice out of everything in the market. Instead of choosing each stock individually, you can just buy an index which reflects most of the market, like the S&P 500 index, which tracks the biggest 500 US companies. Over time, this has averaged about an 8.1% return. And even though that might not sound like a lot, if you invest $1 when you're 20 into the S&P 500 index, when you're 60, you'll have about $22. So pretty powerful, right? Now, since index funds do charge a small fee, you should always look out for index funds that charge the lowest fee, like Vanguard index funds, which has averaged about a 6 to 12% return. This is probably the best way to store your money over time if you're not looking to find those few wonderful businesses and picking individual stocks, and instead just want something safe where you don't have to do any of the work, which is, I think, what most people want. Now, step 3 is back to investment options. And if you're into it and don't mind doing more of the work yourself, I highly recommend choosing individual stocks. Now, you can use a 401k pension account if you want, or you can use an app like Robinhood, which is absolutely free of any commission. However, Robinhood does have very bad customer service, and they do not offer any fractional stocks. So if you want to buy, let's say, Amazon stock, you have to buy the full price of $2,000. Personally, I'm with the TD Ameritrade Bank, and I use a standard account to do all my trading with their TD app. Now, if you're not with TD, then check if your bank offers an app like that where you can use an account to invest in stocks, because TD is definitely not the only one. You can then invest in the stock market and reap some pretty amazing gains, given that we're in the middle of a stock market crash, with the Dow having the worst day since 1987 on Black Monday, and the entire market having a 3-year low, the worst week since the 2008 global financial crisis. Not to worry though, since the market always recovers, you can expect some pretty amazing gains in the next couple of years. Again, if you haven't seen my first video on investing in few stocks, then go ahead and do that. But just to recap, all you have to do is go ahead and find 3 to 4 wonderful businesses that have potentially disruptive technology, go big on them instead of investing in 20 stocks that you don't really understand, which is basically just buying an index fund, so you might as well just do that. If you love reading every day about the stock market news and analyzing great businesses and their intrinsic value, then this method is definitely for you. Now, this next method is something that I know the least about, so I'd recommend watching other YouTubers like Graham Stephan, who will give you more detailed advice. But basically, real estate is a great investment if you already have enough cash to spend, because you have to put in about a 15 to 20% down payment. Now, real estate is great for a few reasons. The first is that you get immediate cash flow with rental income coming into your pocket every month. Second is that you can borrow most of the money needed to buy a rental property and then pay off that loan over the next 15 to 20 years. Third, you're actually building equity over time as you pay off that debt, and after 15 to 20 years, you'll actually own that property outright. And fourth, that value of the property will actually appreciate over time. So it's no surprise that actually 90% of millionaires made their money through real estate investing. And the last thing I'll mention with the absolute highest return on investment out there is investing into a business. This is probably the best way to get a high return on investment on whatever you invest in, just by investing in your own business. For example, I've spent a very low budget on targeted Facebook ads for this small startup, and I've reaped incredible return on investment, just because Facebook has such an insane reach. Now, you can use this for almost any social media platform. Now, if you can invest in your business with a huge return, then absolutely do that, while also doing the other methods that I mentioned in this video. Now, you could use this money to start a business, buying products, testing out ads, using Shopify, social media marketing, or even buying YouTube equipment for videos. For instance, I just bought a new microphone and lighting equipment, so expect better quality videos coming out very soon. Things like this are always a good investment, but again, be warned, because the higher the return on investment usually means a higher risk associated with that. So always be wise about investing in a business that has actual value to people instead of just wasting your time. Because starting your own business is absolutely high risk, but it can reap some of the biggest rewards of all time, with the richest people on the planet obviously all starting their own business. So hopefully now you get a better understanding of how to invest your money to make more money over time. Again, don't expect any crazy returns over the short term, okay? These methods take a long time to actually create a giant return on investment. But if you're patient, your wealth will increase dramatically over time. So be financially smart about this as soon as you can. Anyway, that's it for this video, guys. I hope you all enjoyed. And if you haven't already, go smash that like button. And of course, go ahead and subscribe if you want to see any of my upcoming new videos. I've got a lot of great content coming out, so you don't want to miss any of that. So yeah, see you in the next video.